Sprints are short running events in athletics and track and field. Sprinting is an extreme form of running requiring a combination of physical and mental attributes that can be derived by intensive training. Races over short distances are amongst the oldest running competitions. The first 13th edition of the ancient Olympics game featured only one event, that is the stadium race, which involves running from one end of the stadium to the other. So how does sprinting begin? Professionally, the best beginning for a sprinter is by assuming a crouching position in the starting blocks and then leaning forward and gradually moving into an upright position as the race progresses. For example, races up to 100 meters are largely focused upon acceleration to an athlete's maximum speed. All sprints beyond this distance increasingly incorporate an element of endurance. In fact, human physiology dictates that a runner's near top speed cannot be maintained for more than 30 to 35 seconds due to the accumulation of lactic acid in muscles. According to Summer Olympics and Outdoor World Championship, 3 sprinting events are recognized, and they are the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters. The 100 meter takes place on one length of the home straight of a standard outdoor 400 meter track. In often cases, the world record holder in this race is considered the world's fastest man or woman. As we speak, the current world record of 9.58 seconds is held by Jamaican's Usain Bolt. Since sprinting is not for men alone, the women's world record is 10.49 seconds by Florence Griffith Joyner. In terms of how many strides it takes to win a 100-meter race, world-class male sprinter need 41 to 50 strides to cover the whole 100-meter distances and not necessarily 45 strides. Secondly is the 200 meters, which begins on the curve of a standard track where the runners are staggered in their starting position. This is to ensure that they all run at the same distance and end on the home straight. The ability to run a good bend is key. The world record in this event is 19.19 seconds and held by Jamaican's Usain Bolt. Thirdly, the 400 meters is one lap around the track on the inside lane. Runners are staggered in their starting position to ensure that everyone runs the same distance. Unlike the first two, there is more scope to use tactics in the 400 meter race because of the length. The world record is currently held by Michael Johnson with a time of 43.18 seconds. The relay race is also a sprint. This is another prestigious event with an average speed that is quicker than 100 meters as the runners can't start moving before they receive the baton. The world record in this event is 36.84 seconds, held by a Jamaican. Sprinting, just like any other sport, has rules. One rule sprinters must take note of is the starting. The starting blocks consist of 2 adjustable foot plates attached to a rigid frame. Races commence with the firing of the starter's gun. The starting commands are on your marks and set. Once all the athletes are in the set position, the starter's gun is fired, officially starting the race. For the 100 meters, all competitors are lined up side by side, and for the 200 meters, 300 meters and 400 meters, which involves curves, runners are staggered for the start. There's also another rule called false start. According to the International Athletic Association Federation (IAAF), an athlete, after assuming a full and final set position, shall not commence a starting motion until after receiving the report of the gun or approved apparatus. If in the judgment of the starter an athlete does so any earlier, it shall be deemed a false start. A classic example is the 100-meter Olympic gold and silver medalist Lincoln Christie of Great Britain. Christie famously had frequent false starts that were marginally below the legal reaction time of 0.1 seconds. However, IAAF has since January 2010 considered a single false start as a disqualification. The sport of sprinting requires that a sprinter sticks to its lane. For all Olympic sprint events, runners must remain within their pre-assigned lanes, which measure 1.22 meters wide from start to finish. The lanes can be numbered 1 through normally 8 or 9, rarely 10, starting with the inside lane. Any athlete who runs outside the assigned lane to gain an advantage is subject to disqualification. In conclusion, the goal of every sprinter is to get to the finish line first. Technically, the first athlete whose torso reaches the vertical plane of the closest edge of the finish line is the winner. So, for our talk on sprinting, here is our finish line.